Donald
Trump
is now
leaving the
walking
Blair House.
Yep, there he is.
Melania behind him.
Indeed.
And they are walking over to St. John's Church. The prayer service was supposed to start at 8:30. It is 8:33, so they are heading over for that prayer service.
And they are a group. They are a team that usually does run on time. There are presidents that don't. They usually do. And this is called really the Church of the Presidents.
It is. Historically, before the inauguration, and oftentimes because it is just across Lafayette Square from the White House, the occupants of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue will go over to St. John's
now,
for a Sunday service.
I have to mention this. Ladies, did you see Melania's outfit?
Very
Jackie
looks amazing.
Wow.
The light blue suit.
And the gloves, it looks like the gloves are matching as well.
And of course, we're seeing Eric walk by. We saw there's Don Jr. just walk through. And
there's Kellyanne Conway in the red hat. The outfit she was wearing earlier.
And by the way, happy birthday to Kellyanne Conway. Send her an email. Today is her 50th birthday.
And we know also
happy birthday.
That is Hope Hicks,
Big one.
right behind Kellyanne Conway.
All right.
She'll be working with Sean Spicer as press secretary for.
So a number of the people were actually on foot. However, the official presidential family will go ahead and take those armored Suburbans just about a block away. We could tell, actually, that they were on the move because you always can hear the Park Service helicopter overhead just as they're about to start a motorcade.
Yeah, so it's going to be fascinating to go through this ceremony, and of course, we're going to see both the past president and the future president together at the same time. The other thing, I've come across quite a few pastors of all different faiths that come across from Franklin Graham to the different pastors I met with, saw yesterday, even in our lobby. And they say this about Donald Trump: he wants us around, and he always listens.
Sure.
So this is a ceremony. He doesn't mind going. He's one of these guys that does not mind being in church.
You had Paula White on your radio show one day when I was on the show with you. She's a pastor, and he picked up the phone one day after seeing her on TV as an evangelist, and he talked to her about her message, and she said he basically could recite all of the message verbatim and had many questions about her faith and I guess, the Bible.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're heading over to the church. About an hour from now, they're going to sit down with the Obamas back at the White House, where there will be about a half an hour time for some tea and some cookies, maybe, some biscuits and whatnot, as they prepare for the transition of power officially.
Did you see the windshield wipers on the cars going? It must be raining a little bit out there.
Wow, that is probably why they're driving. Am I right? This is a walkable thing. So,
yeah, it's about a block.
Yeah.
So and people have their umbrellas. Look at this, Brian,
you know what?
Steve.
But here's the thing about the rain. It's not going to dampen as we heard from Pete Hegseth, and there you can look at where the inauguration will take place. Hundreds of thousands of people are heading to Washington, D.C. today because they feel so personally about Donald Trump. We heard during the campaign there were a lot of lifelong Democrats who were going to vote for Donald Trump. We heard of a lot of people who hadn't voted in 30 years, and they decided there was something about this guy because of his message of jobs and immigration and everything else. They wanted to do everything they could to make sure that he was the 45th president of the United States. And while the polls, right until the bitter end, said that Hillary was going to win, he won. Now, and today, he gets the big chair.
Now, ladies, what went through your mind when you saw him for the first time today, knowing he is about to become the president of the United States, Lisa?
What a big day, right? I mean, can you imagine? I cannot imagine being in those shoes and just the massive undertaking and the responsibility that comes with it. I mean, it's got to be a very heavy thing. I imagine he woke up this morning sort of feeling the enormity of it all. But it's very exciting. I think he's going to do some great things for the country. I'm particularly very excited to see what he's going to do in terms of the economy. I think there's a lot of people that are really hurting financially in this country that we're really looking to him to try to make a difference and to make this country stronger economically.
Well, people are going to go invest. They want to expand their personnel. They want to know what's going to be happening with health care.
Absolutely.
And that could come as early as Monday. We could start seeing a lot of executive orders because, as you know, a lot of what President Obama has done has not been through Congress.
Right, exactly, and that's because Congress has fought him every step of the way. And the truth is, obviously, I'm an Obama supporter, and I feel like he's done a lot for the country. I imagine he would have done a lot more if he hadn't had Republicans fighting him every step of the way. You know, that said, it's a big day for the country because we're witnessing a shift from one administration to the next, and no matter what side of the aisle you sit on, it's worth noting.
You know, that's a great point, and because there's a point of view where people say, no, the Republicans wouldn't work with them, and there's another point of view where you could say the President Obama, as charismatic as he is publicly, personally, he did not hang out even with a lot of Democrats. He did not work the sidelines. And he did not try to
There goes
push
Tiffany.
legislation through using both parties.
All right, Morgan, what went through your mind when you saw Donald Trump for the first time this morning?
I'm thinking about all of the people around America that are watching this right now, that are watching Fox and Friends. I'm from a small town in Florida, and I know that many of them watch you every single day, and they love when I come on. And I think that this election is about small town America. This election is about the number of people that felt like my voice wasn't heard by either party for the past 20 years, and they feel like there's a voice for me again. So I just have to say to the three of you, this is one of, I mean, just an amazing historic today. I'm getting verklempt because I'm just so honored to be here with you, and I'm witnessing history from here. I'm a small town girl from Florida.
That is so sweet of you to say, because, and they are on the move right now. We believe the president-elect is in that armored Suburban right there.
So it begins, Steve.
It's going to be a very, very short trip. They're literally going to take a left, go a block, and then they're going to be in. Yep, there's
waving.
the president-elect waving.
Might have a
right
TV
there.
in the car, and he might have been watching us at the time. They do have that technology.
If you are, congratulations, soon to be Mr. President.
Right. If you are Mr. President, stick your hand out the window and wave to us. Much like we ask those people to do on JetBlue when they watch us, if you don't mind.
So right there by where you see the fire truck, that is adjacent to St. John's Church. They're just going to take a little turn to the right there. They do this for security purposes, and you can see they've got plenty of security with them.
And
with
as
the
a guy who
Suburbans
bought
open.
a Tahoe, you do have an option of getting that glass that pops up as opposed to the whole hatch. You have to pay a little bit more. Obviously, they paid a little bit more.
Why is that one open? Is security in the back?
It
They're
absolutely is.
ready.
They're keeping an eye out.
Okay, here's another shot. It looks like the motorcade is about to come into view.
What you see on the screen right is the legendary Hay Adams Hotel, one of the nicest hotels in Washington, D.C. And here you can see the presidential-elect motorcade. Donald Trump right inside there. They're pulling up to St. John's. St. John's is on the right. It is referred to as the Little Yellow Church, the Church of the Presidents. What they've done is they've parked a limousine across the street. They're trying to provide as much protection as possible because there are demonstrators within a couple of blocks.
Right, and you don't want to be one of those guys in the back of the hatch because that gets for those long rides. But you are looking at the only line of cars that can actually get through the streets of Washington, D.C. because everybody else has been jammed up. And
Totally,
here we go.
all the streets are blocked off. Exactly. Here is Donald Trump.
Let's listen in, see if he says anything.
Green settings have been asked to be calm. I know it's very tough to do
Tiffany
that.
Trump.
Yeah, Tiffany making her way in as well. So the whole family's been together quite a lot. We think this ceremony is going to be lasting about an hour. The next major event will be happening this morning. It's supposed to be around 9:30. The Trumps, the Pences, and the families will attend a tea hosted by